next on BGSU Brain Game. It is Danbury versus Lake. I think we better get ready for a monstrous mental meltdown. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It is Danbury versus Lake. Let's meet our teams. Danbury, tell us who you are.
I'm Alex, and I'm a senior. To my right, I got Astrid, who's a freshman. And to my left, I have Grace, who is a senior.
And you are coached by?
Mrs. Hurt and Mrs. Pacetti.
All right, welcome to Danbury and Lake. Tell us who you are.
I'm Brian, a junior. To my right is Caleb, a senior. To my left is Zachary, a junior.
And you are coached by?
Miss Pazzoli.
Welcome to you, Lake. This is BGSU Brain Game. We start things off, as we always do, with our toss-up round. In this round, there are 10 questions, and they're worth 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can play a little bit looser on your buzzers. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Danbury, Lake, toss-up round starts right now. Name both actors who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars movies. Time. Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness is who we needed there. Name the animal that is common to the following themes. In Animal Farm, they support Napoleon's ideas even though they do not understand them. 102 of them are given to Candide by the king of El Dorado, and they are sometimes used as a counting tool that would be Lake. Caleb.
Sheep.
They are indeed sheep. Prior to his defeat at the Battle of Waterloo, in accordance with that would be Lake. Caleb.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Incorrect. With the Treaty of Fontainebleau, on which island was Napoleon exiled in 1814? That would be Danbury. Astrid.
Corsican.
Incorrect. Elba is what we needed there. This U.S. state is home to Flathead Lake in the far northwest corner, and its city of Three Forks is the source of the Missouri River. Identify this northern state that is home to the cities of Missoula and Billings. Danbury. Alex.
Wisconsin.
Incorrect. Lake. That would be Zach.
Washington.
Incorrect. That would be Montana. Identify the island nation whose flag contains a golden bird of paradise in its upper section. That would be Danbury. Astrid.
New Guinea.
Can we accept that? We cannot accept that. That would be Lake. Caleb.
Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, we'll accept that. Yeah, we need Papua New Guinea. We needed all of that. Yes, correct. Also known as adrenaline, this naturally occurring hormone of the human body prepares, that would be Lake. Caleb.
Epinephrine.
Epinephrine, yes. In the armistice signed by Panmunjom in 1953 between North Korea and South Korea, which parallel of latitude was that would be Danbury. Alex.
38th.
It is the 38th parallel as the boundary between the two countries. Which of the Great Lakes has the smallest volume of water? Danbury. Alex.
Lake Erie.
That is indeed Lake Erie. This strait, located in the Middle East, separates the countries of Oman. That would be Danbury. Alex.
Strait of Hormuz.
Correct. Give the two-word phrase that refers to prisons used in war times to incarcerate people the state views as undesirable. Prisons of this type were most associated with World War II Germany. That would be Danbury. Alex.
Concentration camps.
Correct, or internment camps. That is all 10 questions in the toss-up round. Let's take a look at our score. That last question did make a difference because Lake is at 30 and currently in the lead with 40 points is Danbury. You're going to want to stick around because coming up next is our risk and reward round. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Lake, 30 points. Danbury, 40 points. Looks like Danbury has made some substitutions, a brand new lineup here. Tell us who you are.
We have myself, Emma, to my left, Alexis, and to my right, Vipa.
All right, welcome to you. Lake staying with their same lineup. This is our risk and reward round. There are 9 questions in this round. They are worth 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer. Both teams, you will get the same 9 questions. You will also get the opportunity for a risk and reward question. You will receive a topic and then have the opportunity to risk in 5-point increments up to 30 points. But you can lose those same number of points with an incorrect answer with that risk and reward question. All right, Lake, since you were at 30 points, Danbury at 40, that means Lake, you're off to isolation. All right, Danbury, are you ready for your risk and reward round? It starts right now. Aaron Copeland, George Gershwin, Leonard Bernstein, and Cole Porter all exemplify Americans recognized for their accomplishments in which profession? Did she get in time? She did get in time. Danbury, Emma.
Writing,
Will we accept writing? Nope, we needed more specific, which was composers. They're composers. By what more common name do we know the bivalve animal group that includes the varieties called Atlantic blue, the Ipswich, gooey duck, and quahaug? Time, I'm sorry on that one. They're clams. They're clams. Understanding crustal deformation, the changing of Earth's surface caused by tectonic forces, is critical to scientists' understanding of which sometimes deadly phenomena. Emma.
earthquake,
They are indeed earthquakes, yes. Which 5-letter term from the Sanskrit that begins with the letter K designates the future consequences in a person's life based? Danbury, Vipa.
karma,
Karma is correct. Sam has been assigned the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift at his new manufacturing job. What slang compound word is often used to describe this nocturnal working assignment? Emma.
graveyard,
Will we accept that? We will accept that, yes. Found in South America, these snakes can reach a length of 30 feet and weigh over 450 pounds. Identify this type of snake that is also known as a water boa. Emma.
pythons,
Incorrect. Anaconda. In Alan Patton's novel Cry, the beloved country that is set in South Africa's mining center, he describes the city where the novel takes place as, quote, no second copy needed upon the earth. One is enough, end quote. Identify this city that was formerly home to Desmond Tutu. Emma.
Cape Town,
Incorrect. Johannesburg. One day after he delivered this "I've been to the mountaintop" speech in Memphis, Tennessee, this civil rights leader was shot on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. Who was he? Vipa.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Correct. Mike and Sierra are on vacation and are exploring the former home of George Washington and Martha Washington at Mount Vernon. On which river is this plantation located? Time. It is the Potomac River. All right, this is the risk and reward question. The topic is lakes. You can risk in 5-point increments up to 30 points, or you can pass on this question. Danbury, what would you like to do?
10,
You're going to risk 10 points on lakes. Located west of the Wasatch Range and east of the Bonneville Salt Flats, this lake in Utah is south of Promontory Point, identify this body of water. Deepa,
The Salt Lake.
can we accept that? The Salt Lake, yes, the Great Salt Lake. You get a bonus of 10 points. Congratulations. And that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It's now time for you to head off to isolation, right this way. It is now time to bring back in Lake. All right, Lake, welcome back. Are you ready for your risk and reward round? It starts right now. Aaron Copeland, George Gershwin, Leonard Bernstein, and Cole Porter all exemplify Americans recognized for their accomplishments in which profession? Brian.
Music.
Music, will we accept that? We need more.
Jazz.
Incorrect. They were composers is what we needed. Composers. By what more common name do we know the bivalve animal group that includes the varieties called Atlantic blue, the Ipswich, gooey duck, and quahog? That would be Caleb.
Clams.
They are indeed clams. Understanding crustal deformation, the changing of Earth's surface caused by tectonic forces, this is critical to scientists' understanding of which sometimes deadly phenomenon. Caleb.
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes is correct. Which five-letter term from the Sanskrit that begins with the letter K designates the future consequences in a person's life based on the good or bad deeds he or she committed previously? Caleb.
Karma.
Karma is what we were looking for. Sam has been assigned the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift and is at his new manufacturing job. What slang compound word is often used to describe this nocturnal working assignment? Caleb.
A graveyard shift.
It is a graveyard shift. Found in South America, these snakes can reach a length of 30 feet and weigh over 450 pounds. Identify this type of snake that is also known as a water boa. That will be Caleb.
A python.
Incorrect, an anaconda. In Alan Patton's novel Cry, the beloved country that is set in South Africa's mining center, he describes the city where the novel takes place as, quote, "No second copy needed upon the earth. One is enough," end quote. Identify this city that was formerly home to Desmond Tutu. That would be Caleb.
Pretoria.
Incorrect. Johannesburg is what we needed there. One day after he delivered his "I've been to the mountaintop" speech in Memphis, Tennessee, this civil rights leader was shot on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. Who was he? Caleb.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Correct. Mike and Sierra are on vacation and are exploring the former home of George and Martha Washington at Mount Vernon. On which river is this plantation located? Caleb.
The Potomac.
It is the Potomac. This is your risk and reward question. The topic is lakes. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments with the potential deduction, or you can pass.
Like 15 or 10?
10.
10? All right. 10.
10 points for lake on the subject of lakes. Located west of the Wasatch Range and east of the Bonneville Salt Flats, this lake in Utah is south of Promontory Point. Identify this body of water. Caleb.
The Great Salt Lake.
Great Salt Lake is correct. You got the bonus of 10 points, and that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It is now time to clear our scores, bring back in Danbury so our teams can see where they stand against each other. Welcome back to Danbury. Let's reveal our scores and see where we stand. Lake went for the risk and reward. They went for 10 points, got it. They stand at 100 points. Danbury did the same. They went for 10, got the bonus 10, and they stand at 90 points. Ooh, very, very close competition indeed. You're going to want to stick around. Things can change very, very quickly. Coming up next is our category round where deductions start. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. A close competition indeed. Danbury at 90 points, Lake at 100 points. Danbury, looks like you've shuffled the deck and brought in some new players. Tell us who you are now.
I'm Izzy, and then to my right, I have Alex Frank returning back.
All right, and Emma's still with us, and Lake is staying with their same lineup from the last round. All right, this is our category round. The power now is a little bit more in your hands. There are 6 categories to choose from, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But deductions start, so if you go for 30, you're risking 30 points. You can confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. There's also hidden in there our double or nothing question. It is what it is. It's double the points. If you get it wrong, though, no deduction for that one question. All right, Danbury, since you are at 90 points, you get to make the first selection.
Central America for 15.
Central America for 15 points. Name these things having to do with Central America. This Mesoamerican civilization encompassed the southeastern part of Mexico and all of what is now Guatemala and Belize. That would be Lake. Caleb.
The Aztec Empire.
Incorrect. Danbury, would you like to steal? That would be Alex.
The Mayas.
The Mayas, yes. Danbury in control. 105 in the lead.
Central America 20.
Central America for 20 points. What is the largest country in area in Central America? That would be Lake. Caleb.
Mexico.
Incorrect. Danbury, would you like to steal? That would be Alex.
Guatemala.
Incorrect. Nicaragua is actually the largest country in area. Danbury in control.
Central America 10.
Central America now for 10 points. How many countries make up Central America? Seven. Danbury in control.
Medieval abbreviations 10.
That's medical abbreviations. Medical abbreviations for 10. Identify the meaning of these medical abbreviations. What does the medical abbreviation PTSD stand for? Lake. Caleb.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Correct. Lake in control.
Simple math. 25.
Simple math for 25. In calculus, this concept is generalized by differentiation, while in algebra, it is defined as the change in y over the change in x. That will be Lake. Caleb.
Slope.
Slope is what we needed there. Lake in control and in the lead.
Simple math. 30.
Simple math for 30 points. What is 3 cubed minus 16? Lake. Zach.
11.
11 is correct, and Lake is in control.
Simple math. 20.
Simple math for 20. How much money do you have if you have 3 quarters, a dime, and 4 pennies? Lake. Zach.
89 cents.
89 cents, yes. Lake, still in control.
Simple math. 15.
Simple math for 15. This is our double or nothing question. If you travel at an average speed of 60 miles per hour, how far can you go in 3.5 hours? That would be Lake. Zach.
210 miles.
Correct. That's double the points for you. And in control.
Finished off. Simple math. 10.
Simple math for 10. What is 17 multiplied by 7? Lake. Zach.
149.
Incorrect. Danbury, would you like to steal? That would be Alex.
119.
119 is correct. Danbury in control.
Central America 25.
Central America now for 25 points. Name the capital of Belize. Time. Belmopan is what we needed there. Danbury in control.
Grammar 10.
Grammar for 10 points. What type are the pronouns mine, yours, his, and ours? That would be Lake. Caleb.
Possessive.
They are indeed possessive. Lake back in control.
Physics, 20.
Physics for 20 points. A lumen is used to measure the quantity of what? That would be Lake. Zach.
Light.
Light is correct. Lake in the driver's seat.
Physics, 25.
Physics now for 25. A neutral atom or molecule undergoes this process when it gains or loses. That would be Lake. Caleb.
Ionization.
Ionization is correct. Lake in control.
Physics, 30.
Physics now for 30 points. This Danish scientist Ørsted found that an electric current always produces what? Lake. Caleb.
A magnetic field.
Indeed, a magnetic field. Lake in control.
Physics, 15.
Physics now for 15 points. What measure of loudness is abbreviated as? That would be Lake. Caleb.
Decibel.
Decibel, yeah, as dB. In
Physics,
control is Lake. Your selection.
Physics, 10.
Physics for 10 points. An educated guess based on an observation. That would be Danbury. Alex.
Hypothesis.
Hypothesis. Lake back in, or Danbury in control, excuse me.
Grammar 15.
Grammar for 15 points. This form of an adjective is used to show something that has a quality to the greatest or least degree. Lake. Caleb.
Superlative.
Superlatives. Yes, Lake. Back in control.
Grammar, 20.
Grammar for 20. Oxygen was discovered in 1774. What is the voice of the preceding sentence? It is passive. Passive. Lake in control.
Grammar, 25.
Grammar for 25. What do we call a verb form ending in ing? End of round. It is a gerund, by the way. Let's take a look at our score. We have Danbury with 105, and currently in the lead with 285 points is Lake. It all is going to come down to our brainstorm round where questions are worth 20 points apiece and deductions still in action. Stay tuned. Welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. At Danbury 105, Lake 285. Danbury, looks like you have a substitute who's rejoined us. Who is it?
Alexis to my left.
Welcome back to you. Lake staying with their lineup as they have for the entire show as we move to the brainstorm round. All questions in this round are worth 20 points. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You can confer before buzzing in, but you cannot, I repeat, you cannot steal a question in this round. Danbury, Lake, brainstorm round starts right now. The name of the treaty that ended the Mexican War in 1848 is what? Guadalupe Hidalgo is what we needed there. In what year was John F. Kennedy assassinated? (1963). The most famous painting by this Norwegian painter is entitled The Scream. Edward Munch. A castrated bull is often used as a draft animal is called what? That would be Lake. Caleb.
A steer.
Incorrect. An ox. What are the outermost electrons of an atom called? Lake. Zach.
Valence electrons.
Correct. What do we call the branch of physics that deals with heat, work, temperature, and energy? Danbury. Izzy.
Thermodynamics.
Correct. In the human body, where are the islets of Langerhans located? In the pancreas. What bodily system defends against pathogens? Blake, Caleb.
The immune system.
The immune system is correct. What is the scientific name for a flowering plant? Time, angiosperm. What came first, a treatment for malaria or a treatment for smallpox? Lake, Caleb.
Smallpox.
Correct. What was the nickname of United States infantrymen during World War I? Time, they were commonly called doughboys. Who was the head of the Untouchables, a crime-fighting FBI unit dedicated to enforcing prohibition? That would be Elliot Ness. Which amendment limits the President of the United States to 2 terms? Lake, Caleb.
The 12th Amendment.
Incorrect, the 22nd. This Scotsman invented the steam engine. James Watt. What was the deadliest war in U.S. history? End of time. That was the Civil War. Let's take a look at our score. We have Danbury at 125, and our winner with 305 points is Lake. Let's give both of these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's meet in the middle. We'll shake hands, and we're going to see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.